What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Tricky. I'm back here with a video, and I'm starting a new series called You Send It, I Build It. It's where you can send either your collection, pictures of your collection, or your top 5 cards in each position, or you can send your team as is, or multiple versions of your team, up to 3 versions of it. So I can pick and choose, move stuff around the cards you have, or suggest cards you need to get. So we're gonna get into the first video, episode 1 of this, and it was simple. I got 4 teams sent to me, so I'm gonna go over these 4 teams and kind of plug and play some ideas with them. Hopefully, this helps those people build their teams even better than they already are. So let's start off with the first team. Got Felix 7K. I hope I said it right. Felix 7K. That's what it looks like to me. Flex 7K maybe. Whatever. Y'all see today. Anyways, this is a solid team, straight team. It has one card on the team that I absolutely hate. Brooke Lopez. Brooke Lopez is trash to me. I'm sorry. He's just garbage. Like the bottom of my shoe garbage. Like his shot is so terrible to me. I don't know why people like it. You like what you like. I think it's terrible. And he's not even that good because he's only 7'1" at center. If he's 7'1" at power forward, that's a lot better. So when I look at this team, the things I want to fix starting off is I want to get the 100s besides y'all off the team and replace with invincibles. That's the first thing I want to do. And then after I do that, I want to replace 3 cards: Paul George, Nate Thurman, and Brooke Lopez. So, what I would go for in order to do this is I would replace the three 100s he has with players like, for point guard, we can go as low of a player as like a Devin Booker, but I would rather stay around a Klay Thompson. And if I wanted to go higher, obviously I want to get LeBron James, or I want to get the free. Well, he already has the point guard Julius Erving, so I would slide that point guard Julius Erving to my starting point guard and have LaMelo come off the bench. And then for shooting guard, I'll give me an invincible T Mac, uh, or an invincible Carmelo Anthony for height. Those two type of players. Obviously, you can't get invincible KD because that's not something that would sell. But if you wanted a cheap version, the best 100 overall point guard is actually Cassie Russell. He's better than SGA in my book. He just it's just his movement is crazy, right? So Cassie Russell instead of an SGA, he'll save some MT, maybe make some more MT off of that SGA, and then move over to your point guard and upgrade your point guard. Paul George is solid, but he's not the best at that position. But you're not even touching that yet. So we're gonna go over to small forward, and I'm gonna get me a McHale. McHale is who you want. Out of all the viable ones, McHale, because McHale's different in price to Giannis is huge. Maybe Dirk's price drops McHale. We haven't seen that yet on that scale that we want him to drop. But McHale will be my starting small forward for this team. And then bench small forward will be like a Chris Webber. It'll be like a Sean Kemp. Somebody 6'10" to 6'11", invincible that can fill in for that spot. They still has a solid jump shot and good movement. Ideally, though, you want to start Giannis and then have Mikhail come off the bench as far as your invincible goes. Power forwards, you can go as cheap as a dark matter. Matumbo will be better than Nate Thurman because of the height difference. Be better, right? And he'll work right alongside Yao Ming, right? Other than that, a KP, a Shaquille O'Neal, those are 2 invincible options. But I don't know, price wise, I think they're pretty expensive. That's why I suggest the Dark Matter, Matumbo, Rick Smiths, those kind of players. Tim Duncan is still a great player, but he has to come out the lineup. We're in invincible GOAT stage right now. So again, Rick Smiths, Matumbo, right? Even a Jack Sigma would be good right there. Somebody like that, dark matter wise, hundreds is really the only hundreds you got that can fill that spot is KP or a Shaq. Really, the Shaq is the best option because KP's hundreds don't have really good SIGs. But then again, you still got the invincible KB and Shaq that you want to feel right there as well. Even a Giannis will be good at power forward at 6'11". He's the only 6'11" I see working at power forward right now with all these goats running around. And then of course Brook Lopez upgrade after your 100. Brook Lopez will be my first upgrade. It has to change. And right now, I would say a Dark Matter Taco will be better than a Brook Lopez. His shot is smoother and he's 7'5" and cheesy. So you keep that same cheese ball from Yao Ming 100 onto your bench with a Dark Matter Taco. Way cheaper than most of the other cards I'm about to name. Because other than that, Invincible Wimby, right? But you're not gonna hit that Visible Wimpy's price is still crazy. It is going down a little bit because of the goats, but that's more of a lucky pull situation compared to buying them. But if you want to save for him, that's a great save. You only have 100K MT, so it's hard to tell you to go for anybody in particular right away because nobody good at the level of these cards are going to be 100K. They're all going to be way more than that. So, and you don't really have anything sellable either. Oh, I didn't even know your shade's not even sellable. So I should have looked at that first, but yeah, man, you're gonna have to move some pieces. Like I said, Julius Irving starting and LaMelo ball off the bench, getting another shooting guard like a T Mac will help. Move Paul George up until then and trying to get that invincible T Mac man or invincible Carmelo Anthony. Those are two good invincibles I would use as shooting guard. Other than that, it's like you have to grind for Go Beasley, or yeah, Go Beasley would be your best option at shooting guard if you can grind for one of the goats out of this week. And then Pablo and Smith, the two small forwards you want is Giannis and Mikhail Invincibles. Other than that, you can get Chris Webber, Sean Kemp. Some cheap options that still keep you viable with size and a good shot and good SIGs at that level. And then for power forward, you're looking at KP, Shaq, and you can do the 100 versions as well. But KP and Shaq, you need height and speed, run the game. Hundreds and invincibles both got 99 speed, so that knocks that out. So your next thing would be height, and you're too small at the power forward position. You can go grab a center with Dark Matter Matumbo or Dark Matter Taco, and then move Brook Lopez power forward until you can get that height at power forward on an invincible level. So that's what I would suggest for this lineup. Moving on to the next lineup, we have K. I love your gamer tag. Phone your mom. That is crazy work. Love it, man. Good, good gamer tag. When I see you, I'm gonna know it's you. But with this team, there's a lot of work that could be done to be moved up to the next level. I like the team put together, but man, that Kyrie Irving got to go. Kyrie Irving, that smallest player on your team should be Cassie Russell, and that's it. That's it. But I like the lineup. Pink Diamonds got to get off your lineup. Now it should be Invincibles to Goats. That's what we're looking for with a couple of Dark Matters. That's what everybody's lineup should be surrounded around. You have Cassie Russell. You have Cedric Maxwell. You have Opal Wimby. You have Dark Matter Martin and Tim Duncan and Matumbo. Those are all great pieces and great people to build around. So we need to move like Ellis is good for your if there's a no money squad, Ellis is good. But if you're sitting at 700K MT, you can get somebody better than that. You could really get somebody better than that. Giannis is okay, but we can get bigger than that too out of 100. So you have anybody sellable? That Rudy Gay is sellable. Rudy Gay is a solid card, but you can make some moves right here, man. So first off, bench wise, go ahead and finish grinding for that SGA and replace Giddy. And you can start or bench Cassie Russell with Invincible Shea. But go ahead and get rid of that Josh Giddy out your lineup. I like the Maxwell and I like Rudy Gay. Upgrade to those positions obviously would be like a Tracy McGrady. That would be an upgrade at one of those spots. Either one really. Rudy Gay and Cedric Maxwell on the same level to me. So yeah, you get a Invincible McGrady and you upgrade shooting guard position. Small forward. Personally, I'm starting Kmart over Elliot. What is it? I can't ever say his name. Ellison. I'm always starting Kmart over him. But upgrade to this position would be the Chris Webber, or the Sean Kemp Invincible until you can get Mikal. I believe like Mikal is affordable right now, so I would say get him, but it'll take all your chips to get him. So I want to do that yet, but that's what you're aiming for. Tim Duncan, Giannis, they're replaceable with Rick Smits and Jack Sigma. Easy replaceable with them. It looks like you missed Ralph Sampson. That's somebody I forgot to mention in the last team. Ralph Sampson would have been a great plug here. If you're running Wimby, you need a coach that gives the +6 to +10 because the speed is a big thing. You can keep Wimby for now, but you definitely need to work on getting that 100. However that happens. Other than that, solid squad. I would say get DM Taco maybe and move Matumbo to starting power forward, Taco starting center, or Wimby. And Wimby and Taco will be interchangeable between starting and bench. And then you can move Tim Duncan to your bench power forward, and that'll be a bigger lineup in your starting lineup rotation and more offense from your bench rotation with Tim Duncan there at power forward. That would be my opinion on this roster. All right, so next we have TBZ's C dot. TBZC dot. I'm tripping. Yeah, no, I'm right. TBZC dot. I really need to ask him what this means. I want to know what this means. He's in my Discord. I'm in MG's Discord. So no return MG. He has a Discord. It's large. It's big. It's one of the biggest Discords I've seen in my team. He's in there. I'm gonna go see what that name means. Cause now I'm interested. Cause I like DBZ. So I want to know what TBZ is. But anyways, back to the team. It's a great team as well. A lot more invincibles filling out the roster, which is always good. Uh, I don't like Go Irving, like period. I don't like any guard under 6'5". Like it's just not gonna rock for me. But let's look at this lineup. He's starting with a Vince Carter. Vince Carter is dope. I like Vince Carter. I don't know if I would start him over SGA. I think I'd rather start SGA. Uh, Now rather replace Vince Carter with a player like even Luca, really any of the other point guards, but like LaMelo, Klay Thompson is underrated and he definitely should be in a lot of more people lineups. So Klay Thompson is good. And then you got your LeBron James, who you want to get, Magic, who you want to get for size, next to Julius. But it looks like you have the GOAT, Julius, and low key, I would run GOAT, Julius at point guard, and put Vince at shooting guard in this lineup if I had to run it with this team. So Julius at point, Shea off the bench, shooting guard, go get Team back, go get Carmelo Anthony. Glenn Robinson gotta go. Like that Rafer Austin size up is terrible. He has to go, my man. It's like I'm sorry, you can't run him. Uh yeah, I mean you can, but it's gonna hurt. So I will replace my bench as well, shooting guard. Maybe move Vince Carter to the bench. He's solid enough to play your bench, but you need a T Mac in your starting lineup. And then KD at 100. A lot of people say that he's bad. I feel like he plays the same, just with worse six than his invincible. I could be wrong, but from what I checked, it's the same exact card. Maybe go get that 100 LeBron. That would be a cheap fill in. Other than that, go to Chris Webber, Mikal route, and that would be better for that small forward position. Paul George is not a small forward; he's a shooting guard. Running him small right now is fine, but like, you need to find a small forward, and you need that height, that 6'10" to 6'11". You need that, so you need to find that and put that. I would rather run Ellison or Elton Brand there, Joe Smith. I'd rather run those cards there than to run Paul George. And then Patrick Ewing is a good size. I really don't know a lot about the Patrick Ewing card. I don't know how if the shot is really that much better. I'm assuming it's okay, but I don't know if it's that much better. I would definitely play Matumbo as my starting power forward next to Taco, and then run Patrick Ewing at bench center and Brooke Lopez as my bench power forward, and move Nate Thermal out the fucking like out the lineup. I didn't mean to cuss my bad. Move him out the lineup, right? He's too small. He's solid enough card, but he's just too small if you have 7 footers. I will also replace Brooke Lopez with Rick Smith or Jack Sigma. Rick Smith need to get out. I mean, Brook Lopez need to get out your lineup as well. Uh, and that's what I would do with this team. So next team we have my boy Lane. Yes, it's pronounced Lane. The W is silent, or maybe it's not. But anyways, it's pronounced Lane. Um, Dope park player. He's trying to get his 5 squad together. So let's look at this, man. A lot of hundreds. He's completely no money spent. I already know that. 50K MT. He just probably got a card. So I'm gonna tell you what to grind for. Uh, like I said, I don't like Brook Lopez. I think it's a terrible card. I know he can play with a lot of different cards, but you can get better than Brook Lopez. Same thing with every other team. You want to level up to Invincibles and Goats and get off of 100 overalls. So you're at level 30. You're 10 levels away from getting your Julius Irving, and Julius Irving should replace Glenn Robinson in his lineup ASAP. Glenn Robinson is your worst guard, and he has to go. So Cassie, then Julius, I'm okay. Where everything else looks solid, you know, it's a solid squad. You would want to replace Brook Lopez. So I would say get you a Dark Matter Taco, or Dark Matter Rick Smith, a Dark Matter Jack Sigma. Move Brook Lopez out the lineup, move Mutombo to starting, uh, and then take your other 2 bigs and replace Kwame Brown and Brook Lopez from your bench and move them out. So you'll have a Dark Matter and Opal bigs, but they're all 7+ feet, which is way better with better shots and just solid defensive and big builds. Um, as far as small forwards go, you want to try and get you a Chris Webber or McHale so you can upgrade from 100s to Invincibles. Point guard, you need to grind for the SGA and replace Cade. You can start either Cassie or SGA, and that would fix most of this lineup. As far as shooting guard, oh, I already said you're going to get Julius Gold, so you're good. Other than that, you can go grab T Mac and replace Cedric Maxwell after that. But Cedric can stay in your lineup after you replace Glenn Robinson, and that's the fix for your squad. Yeah, I think this is it, man. So that's the last squad. Appreciate y'all stopping by watching the video. Hopefully I get more squads. Like I said, this is you send it, I fix it. So you can send like a picture of a certain position you want to get fixed. You don't know what card to use, whatever. I'll post on Twitter and in Discord when I get ready to do a video. Do one once a week. Y'all can follow my YouTube, Tricky is It, and y'all should follow my Twitch, Tricky is It, as well. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button, like, follow on Twitch, and appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good one.